Welcome back. Globally celebrated Benin singer Angelique Kidjo has won the 2023 Polar Music Prize, one of Europe's top music prizes this Tuesday, alongside British Chris Blackwell, founder of Island Records, and Estonian composer Arvo Pärt. The five-time Grammy winner, described by the organizers of Sweden's Polar Music Prize as one of the greatest singer-songwriters in international music, and her counterparts, are expected to receive 600,000 kroners, which is $58,000, at a ceremony in Stockholm on May 23rd. Today, Clearview News Desk is beaming its spotlight on the life and journey so far of this music icon.
Angelique Kidjo was born on July 14, 1960 in Dahomey, now Benin Republic, into a family of performing artists. Her father was a musician and her mother worked as a choreographer and theatre director. At age 6, Kidjo began performing in her mother's theatre troupe, and as a teenager, she sang with her brothers in their rock rhythm and blues band. By age 20, she was a professional singer and recorded her first album, Pretty, in 1988. In 1983, Kidjo moved to Paris, where she initially planned to become a human rights lawyer, but ended up studying music. While working various day jobs to pay for her tuition, Kidjo studied music at the CIM, a reputable jazz school. While in Paris, she encountered a vibrant musical community and mirrored musical style. She also met Jean Hebrel, the French producer, composer, and bassist whom she later married in 1987. Her first years in the city were spent studying jazz and performing with various local groups. After teaming with the Dutch pianist Jasper van Torff, she sang with and co-wrote songs for his jazz group Pili Pili. After several years, Kidjo left Pili Pili and recorded Logozo in 1991, which featured the American jazz musician Branford Marsalis and the African artists Manu Dibango and Ray Lema. With songs addressing issues of global concern such as homelessness, the environment, freedom, and integration, Logozo was an international success. Kidjo increased her international appeal through her later releases, including FIFA in 1995, in which she and more than 100 other musicians performed songs in English, Fon, her native language, Yoruba, and French. Like her earlier releases, Kidjo's subsequent albums were exercises in musical fusion, melding an array of genres, including jazz, hip-hop, zouk, Zarian rumba, samba, salsa, funk, gospel, Cameroonian makossa, and various Beninese traditions. Her sixth solo album, Black Ivory Soul, was a dazzling excursion into Brazilian musical forms that deftly blended a Latin sound sensibility with traces of traditional West African rhythms. Oyaya in 2004 included a collaboration with American musician Dave Matthews, and Jin 2007 featured numerous luminaries from the international popular music scene, including Peter Gabriel, Josh Coban, Carlos Santana, and others. Oyo in 2010 was an album of covers, and Spirits Rise in 2012 was a collection of live tracks. Eve 2014, a tribute to African women largely sung in Beninese languages, won a Grammy Award for Best World Music Album, as did Sings 2015, a collaboration with the Philharmonic Orchestra of Luxembourg. In 2018, Kidjo covered the Talking Heads album Remain in Light 1980, and the following year she paid homage to Cuban-American singer Celia Cruz with Celia. Mother Nature appeared in 2021. In addition to her recording career, Kidjo was an outspoken advocate of education and healthcare for women and children. In 2002, UNICEF named her one of its Goodwill Ambassadors. She is also a Goodwill Ambassador for Oxfam. She was elected one of 4 vice presidents of the International Confederation of Societies of Authors and Composers. Kidjo also released a memoir, Spirits Rising, My Life, My Music, in 2014. At the G7 Summit in 2019, President Macron of France named Kidjo as the spokesperson for the Affirmative Finance Action for Women in Africa initiative to help close the financing gap for women entrepreneurs in the continent. She has also created her own charitable foundation, Batonga, dedicated to support the education of young girls in Africa. The musician, who has 16 albums to her name, has received several awards and nominations in the course of her musical career. Time magazine calls her Africa's premier diva and named her one of the 100 most influential people in the world for 2021. The BBC has included her in its list of the continent's 50 most iconic figures, and in 2011 The Guardian listed her as one of their top 100 most inspiring women in the world. Forbes magazine has ranked Angelique as the first woman in their list of the most powerful celebrities in Africa. She is the recent recipient of the prestigious 2015 Crystal Award given by the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, the 2016 Amnesty International Ambassador for Conscience Award, the 2018 German Sustainability Award, the 2023 Vilsec Prize in Music, among others.
In itself is a universal language. My parents never raised me telling me that because I've come from Africa, I cannot sing in any language. I have no boundary at all. I can do any kind of music because all music comes from Africa, because we are all Africans, period.
Clearview News Desk celebrates Angelique Kidjo for her striking voice for the vulnerable, stage presence and contributions to raising the African flag across borders.
Nobody chooses the country you're born. You're born there. So if you're born somewhere, you gotta be proud of it. I mean, when you forget your identity, your roots, where you come from, you're no longer anybody.